For starters, I'm having like a moment because like a woo kind of a moment because you're sitting here. And
I was going to say, is it a hot flash?
yeah, it's not a hot flash. I'm sure one is about to come on any moment, but I'm, especially with the lights, but I'm having a moment here, and it's an emotional moment too, I gotta admit, because never in a million years would I imagine that we would be sitting face to face talking about Unveiled Living. I mean, yes, we've been talking throughout the years. We've been friends for, my goodness, almost 20 years.
Yeah.
We're heading there.
Yeah.
So people don't know that.
No.
You know, they might think that this girl...
We look so much younger than that.
Oh, I mean, you know, what are we, 29?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's
so
amazing.
we met when we were 9.
Okay, yeah, when we were 9. And we did a lot, man.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did a whole girls ministry thing together and the whole 9 yards. But I think the beautiful thing is you never know what God is going to do when you meet somebody and you connect on a friendship level, but then you also connect on a ministry level.
Yeah.
And then God starts doing things, you know, where you get to work together in ministry, which is a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
But you would never, I would have never put ever in a million years to think like 13 years later, we would be back together again,
Yeah.
talking about ministry.
Yeah. Well, somebody told me that when you meet someone in your life, there's going to be some, very few, but some people that you just know that they're going to be in your life forever.
Yeah.
And when I met you, I knew that you would be in my life forever,
Yeah.
but I questioned that
Yeah.
because I had to leave town, you had to leave
Yeah.
town, our
Yeah.
lives split
Separated. Yeah.
for a while, and I moved halfway around the world.
I know.
And it was difficult to maintain relationships. And
But we
so,
did.
Yeah, we did. And, you know, we go for months without talking, then pick up the phone and pick up right where we left off. So, yeah, you are one of those people that I knew it'd be in my life forever.
Yeah, absolutely.
Whether I like it or not.
I know. Okay, for that, you're out. No.
No, but it's also been great because when I first started working with you in ministry, I was so raw, like didn't know a lot of things, and you're just hop on the phone. Here's how you do publisher.
Oh yeah.
It taught me over the phone.
So funny.
And that was before Zoom or FaceTime or anything like that.
Or Canva.
Yeah.
Or anything.
Anything like that. And I had to do that to put bulletins together. And you were like, here's how you size a picture. Always go from the corner.
Yeah, exactly. Because if not, you make it, you know.
You elongate somebody. so yeah, you
great.
yeah, it taught me a lot. And then to see how you have evolved in ministry and how I have evolved in ministry and how we have similar talents, but we have different talents.
Yeah.
And how they complement each other. And there's not a whole lot of people that you can share your headspace with.
Exactly.
But we do it.
And where
so
it's safe. My headspace
Watch
is
out.
safe with you. I know. But the thing I love too is that, you know, I would probably be more the between the two of us.
Yeah.
And I love that you know how to work with that. And then you wait, I forgot, what was I saying? Or what was I going to do? Or, you know, whatever it is, but you know how to jump right in and go, okay, here's what we're going to do. Because then you're the, and I'm like, okay, great, thank you. And then off we go.
Yeah, well, what you don't see is when I hang up the phone, I'm like,
And then you're having your moment. And I'm like, how am I going to do
what
this?
just happened? Yeah, no. I kind of live in the crazy world.
I am the crazy world.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
And okay, so that kind of leads me to the thought process of what made you feel compelled. Obviously, you know, you don't have to get into all the details but what made you feel compelled to say, hey, Tracee, tell me a little bit more about Unveiled Living?
It was the day that I walked away from my job. And I was like, get ready to get on a plane. I haven't talked to Tracee. I'm waiting around. I'm wasting time. Let's see what Tracee's doing. But honestly, usually I text you.
Yeah.
And I didn't.
No, you called, which
And I
kind of
called.
surprised me.
And I was literally on the phone going, why am I calling her?
Yeah.
I'll just text her. And then it went to voicemail, and I was like, all right, I'll just leave a message. And I'm like the worst person to leave a voicemail. I'm just like, who am I and why am I calling? I forget. And no, but it was just like, hey, I'm just checking in. We haven't talked for a while. It's just one of those things.
I actually can't remember the last time we had a phone call.
I know.
We've stayed in touch through texting, but I cannot remember the last time. So it shocked me when I saw you called. And then it really shocked me.
Then you were like, who died?
When you left I know. When you left the voicemail, I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And wait, in a true fashion, I forgot. And it took me 2 weeks to call you back.
I know, but I wasn't offended because I'm like, she'll get around to it.
She will. Oh, it's Tracee. And I did. And so.
But you did send me a text and say, I'll get back to you.
Okay, good.
Haven't
I tried
forgotten
to do
you.
that.
I'll get back to you. Okay. So I just felt in my spirit, I wanted to know where Unveiled Living was going, where it was at, how it was growing, and because I had known a little bit of where you wanted to take it. So honestly, it was a little bit of an accountability thing too. And I don't know how many other people you have in your life for that, but I was going to do it. So I wanted, I know that it can grow, and I knew that the spring EMAG was about to come out. And so you had asked me about writing
I've been asking you
before.
for a while.
I was so busy in my previous job, I wanted to, and then the deadline would pass. And then I would want to, and then the deadline would pass. And I was just like, okay, whatever, forget it. Maybe
people don't know, we used to blog together.
We used to blog together.
Yeah, and we actually did really good.
We tag teamed it, girl.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
We really tag teamed
It's your turn.
I know. Yeah, totally. And I still have those. I want to pull them back out and throw them in some blogs.
Yeah.
Current blogs.
And it was, that was a really cool time too, that when we blogged together, and I actually shared part of my testimony
If I'm grabbing air, it's because of my jeans. The thing, don't wear tight jeans when you're on camera because you can't breathe. So if you see me breathing, that's why. Okay, go on.
But I was able to blog about my testimony, and it took a couple of blogs because it was long.
I just read that again lately.
And I kept wanting to shorten it, and you're like, no, tell all the good, the bad, the ugly, and right, wrong, or indifferent, share it all. So I did, and I was like, okay, it's my turn, because I wasn't done yet, and it turned into like, I don't know, 4 or 5 blogs, just that story, and so no, it writing became a healing process too.
Yeah.
So, but it also allowed us to get some things off our chest too, right, wrong, or indifferent.
Yeah, absolutely.
But no, it was beautiful. It was beautiful. So, tell me how Unveiled Living got started.
Well, a long, long time ago. When I was
We're
9.
only 29. Remember?
I know. So this would have had to been when I was 3. And actually it was kind of funny. I never imagined myself ever speaking. I knew that I was a worship leader, and people kind of sometimes make an assumption, oh, you can lead worship, you must be able to speak, And so I started because I was doing a lot of worship in my 20s, had beautiful, opportunities coming my way. There was a church that reached out to me and they were like, we want you to do our retreat. And I'm like, I don't speak. And she's like, I have a feeling you do. And I'm like, I don't. Yeah. And I was only 27. I don't know if I said that. Yeah. Boy, that was crazy, that noise. Anyways. So she was like, our church has gone through a really hard time. And so I would like you, because, you got this crazy fun personality. I'd like you to bring that humor and bring it to the retreat. And I'm thinking, I'm not a comedian. I don't know how to do this. But I thought, okay. So I prepared one of my favorite scriptures was Nehemiah 8:10, the joy of the Lord is your strength. And so that was the name. So I had to lead worship and I had to transition into speaking, and that was kind of weird. Yeah. So let's fast forward, from that time frame in the 90s and into 2018. And I knew that if I ever started a women's ministry, I knew it was going to be called Unveiled Living. And sure enough, when the Lord just kept stirring it in my heart and I started it, that was the foundation. I want women to understand the true authenticity that He has called us to live. And that is for them to be who they are.
Right.
And that is 2 Corinthians 3:16-18. That's exactly where the Lord removes the veil off of our face,
Yeah.
and then leads us into a walk that we can literally experience His glory
Yeah.
and live in the freedom that He's called us to live.
Right.
And so that is what the message, the heartbeat of
Yeah.
Unveiled Living is, that we would walk in that freedom. Because I feel like so many of us don't. We are believers, but we're still
Yeah.
living behind a veil.
Yeah.
A veil of fear, a veil of doubt, a veil of anxiety, a veil of wondering what everybody else is going to say about them if they really
Yeah.
knew what I walked through, if they really knew
Yeah.
my story, if they really know where I am right
Shame.
now.
Right.
Shame, guilt,
Yeah.
it follows all of us, you know? And so I'm like, I'm done with that.
Yeah.
These are shackles. Let's take them off, because
Yeah.
it says right here in Scripture, God has removed that veil.
Yeah.
And so we just keep putting it back on. Let's not do that. Let's live unveiled, because that's where freedom
Yeah.
is found in Christ. So that's the foundation of why I started Unveiled Living,
Yeah.
and why it has. And I'm not gonna lie, it's not been easy, because you know,
Yeah.
it's not my day job. I have a day job, you know, and the most difficult thing is that every year, you know, just the time that it has taken, I can't stop doing it.
Right.
But yet every year I've asked the Lord, God, do you want me to keep doing this? Because it's a lot, it's hard. But yet I'm so compelled and so driven in my spirit to not let it go. I'm just like, I can't. And every single year, Janice, without fail, what happens is that when I feel like I'm going to throw in the towel, like, Lord, I just can't do this anymore, and I just want to throw in the towel,
Yeah.
some woman will come out of the woodworks and tell me, I've read every part of that website. I've gone through every single video. I've seen it all. I've gone through all your social media posts, and you have no idea that God has used this ministry to help keep me afloat. And every year
Yeah.
that has happened, every year without fail,
Yeah.
just keeps coming left and right and left
It's
and
your
right.
confirmation.
It is my confirmation. And so we keep moving forward.
Yeah.
We're not stopping.
No.
I mean, we're not stopping. Actually, to me,
Yeah.
just hold your horses, because
Right.
we are just going to take this. This is literally like Edwin and I have been talking and praying, and we were just determined right before you came on board, it's time to we're just going to go to a whole nother
Yeah.
level.
Yeah.
We're just going to take this into a way that we've never gone before.
Yeah.
And it was right at that time, and I was literally praying, and I had it on my vision board, God, surprise us. Surprise us. And I have prayed that the Lord would bring somebody that would give of their time, because it's not like Unveiled Living is bringing any income at this moment.
Right.
At this moment.
At this moment.
And all, but I just kept praying, Lord, just bring somebody in that would have a heart to
Yeah.
want to help us to take it to that next level.
Yeah.
And that is when, and I had it on my board, surprise us.
Yeah.
I get that phone call from you, and it was like March 1st or 2nd.
It was March 1st.
March 1st. I mean, like literally.
Yeah.
And then this phone call comes.
Yeah.
And then the moment then you're like, I'm going to help. I mean, like, boom, tears came to my eyes.
You're like, okay, how much do you want to help? Well, you're going to write one article for
You
me?
know, I know, you know what I mean? I really thought that you're like, yeah, you know, I'll help with the EMAG, or,
I said, well,
you
tell
know,
me. Tell
I
me about
know.
Unveiled.
you know,
And then I was hearing, you were like, this is not always going to be
no,
a
it's not.
digital platform. Like, this isn't just
Yeah.
going to be a ministry online.
Online. No, we're taking it to
will
the streets.
stay. Yeah, it will remain a ministry online, but it's so much more than that.
is,
So I
it
was like,
is.
tell me more.
Yeah.
So where's it going?
We're coming to your church. Okay, well, you know, I'm still putting all of those pieces together, and that's one of the
Right.
things of having you on board, that, you know, is just cultivating that vision and creating that vision board, you know, to dream.
We have a lot of
But
ideas.
You've got a lot of ideas. And I know that one of the things to me that I believe is coming in 2025 is Unveiled Living retreats.
Yes.
And I say retreat over conference because, once again, you're going to learn a few things more about me.
Yeah.
I don't like to do things like the normal way.
Nope.
And there's a lot of conferences out there. You like them, that's great, go to them.
Right.
You know, but to me, I want to go deeper. And I'm
Yeah.
not saying that these conferences, I'm not. There's so
Right.
many beautiful conferences
Right.
out there.
There are.
I just want to go deeper. I want
Yeah.
us to have like it's just when you're in the presence of the Lord, and you
Yeah.
just, I mean, it's just, you just can't. It's just so thick and so beautiful
Yeah.
and so life changing
Yeah.
that like you literally leave
Yeah.
highly like changed.
Yeah.
And so I want to start Unveiled Living retreats, and
Yeah.
that is a focus that we're going to start doing.
That
for 2025.
excites me.
Yeah,
Well, because I'm an event manager,
Yeah.
so
I know.
it's like dangling a carrot in front of me. I'm like, ooh,
I know.
let's plan, let's go, and lots of ideas and things, you know. But because I'm the logistics one,
Exactly,
I'm
exactly.
like, you put the program together, and I'll get all the pieces in place.
I love it.
But again, that's how your gifts and my gifts work in tandem, and I'm. That's one of the things I'm really excited about.
Yeah.
So there's more.
Yeah, absolutely. And I can see one retreat, you know what I mean, to start with, just to get our feet wet, but I can see them being multiplied.
Yep.
And literally being
Yeah.
multiplied.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
one coming to a church near you.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah.
And of course, then also making the Unveiled Living eMag more tangible.
Yes.
If we, putting it out more often
Yes.
is another thing.
I'm very
and
passionate
growing
about that,
getting more
yes.
sponsorship, getting more, and even making it even more interactive.
Yes.
I just,
I love too the fact. Okay, so I am a paper person. I just like having paper in hand, and so if in my previous job, I applied for a magazine to be sent, and you could choose e-magazine or paper. I said, no, please send it to me. I want it. I want to carry it on the plane with me. I want to, I don't have time to always read it on the computer. And so I've always got it with me. So I was always the one to say, paper, please. However, that particular magazine, their e-magazine, was not interactive. So I love that Unveiled Living. You get to go in, you get to click on links, you go to the table of contents, and you don't want to flip through everything. You just click on it. It takes you right to that article. Like,
isn't that fun?
Yeah, and one thing that we have talked about doing too is a missionary spotlight. And our pastor is very, he's got a huge heart for missions. And so we support a lot at our church. And I said, hey, Pastor, can I tap into this? And he said, go for it.
I love it.
And I love that we can tell you what they're doing, where they're at, how they're raising support. We can be able to put links in there for you to do something right here in the right now to help them or meet a need that they have, or even send them a message to say, I'm praying for you.
Absolutely.
You can't do that with other e-magazines. So I love that Unveiled Living can do that. So
I love that too. And I think the thing too, one of the things that the Lord really spoke to me a couple years ago was that it's Unveiled Living is not about a person.
No.
You know what I mean? Obviously, there's got to be people to run the ministry, and we're going to be doing, other podcasts and other vlogs, that type of thing. But the whole vision of it is that we're a community.
We are.
We are a community, and that's where you get the writers and the eMag. And the thing that I love is that you can go to their websites.
Yeah.
You can go to their Facebook pages or whatever, the Instagram or whatever they have. And so it's not just highlighting, it's highlighting all
connect,
of us.
right.
And you can see other women that are living life unveiled, that are sharing their stories, whether it's grief or whether it's gone through, mental health issues or whatever it is. You get to experience all of that.
Yeah.
And so then it creates this beautiful community of togetherness. Because the thing that one of the darkest seasons of my life in 2012, when I went through my divorce, was that I felt like I was all alone.
Yeah.
And as a pastor's wife, people are like, well, hello, that's not, you're amongst many. But as a pastor's wife, it felt like it was a very alone type of a situation. And I allowed myself and allowed the enemy to speak that into me, that I was really just in my own little world. And the thing that cultivated in my life that was another foundational piece of Unveiled Living was I never wanted another woman to ever feel like she was alone again.
Right.
And I want us to understand that if we can unveil our lives and share our stories, how similar our stories really are. You have a story to share, and when we share those stories, I mean, all of a sudden it enables another woman to go, wait a minute, here's my story, and here's my story, and and then we realize it's really a small world, and how much we can do to bless and help each other when we live life unveiled. And so that to me is like,
well, we used to look for our support in our community right next door. But we don't have to do that with this ministry. We can build this community you can connect with another woman who might live in Uganda. Like,
It's true.
yeah,
It's true. Yeah.
and build your a safe
Yeah.
support community where we can share and encourage and live life together.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So Jan, I am so excited that we get to do this together, and I can't wait to see what God's going to do in the months to come. And so all I can say is just everybody get ready,
Yeah.
because we're us and Jesus, we're gonna knock some socks off.
That's right. That's right.
We're gonna be taking off those veils one at a time. So welcome aboard. So we want you to know, if you go to our website, unveiledliving.org, one of the things that I say repeatedly throughout the website is everything that we do at Unveiled Living has you in mind. Everything has a purpose and a reason, and it's there to inspire you, to help you in your walk with God, not to just maintain, but to go deeper, to go into a deeper, beautiful, more intimate walk with God. And the other thing that we want you to know is this: we want to hear from you. We would love you to interact with us on our Facebook page or on our Instagram page. You can even send us emails. You can see our emails on the Meet the Team page. You can get our emails there. We want to hear from you. We want to know what it is you would like to hear. If there's a specific area in your life that you are looking to have more help with, then we want to know, because then we'll provide that for you through our writers, through Facebook social media pages. We want to connect with you on our website, and we want to connect with you on our social media sites. We want to know how we can pray for you, and we want to know how we can help create resources that will help inspire you in your walk with God. So be sure to connect with us one way or another, whether it's our website or social media. We'll see you next time.